3, 2, 1, go.
Hello and welcome to the show. A very big show because today we are featuring a big black car, the Ipsum. Now, when Toyota made this vehicle, they made sure to use all of their technological prowess and immense innovativeness to come up with several versions of the Ipsum. You have the Ipsum I, Ipsum L, Ipsum U, Ipsum S, probably the Ipsum A, B, and all these cars were brilliantly unique. They were unique in many, many ways, like So never mind that these cars were all the same, apart from Toyota slapping a random alphabet at the end of the name to make it look innovative. We took one Ipsum and got to business, but there was a problem because this car sort of has an identity crisis, as we shall see.
You want to say it's a small car, but you can't because of its sheer size and space in the inside. You want to say it's a big car, but you cannot again because, again, it has a small 2.4 liter naturally aspirated engine. So that's not a big car per se. You want to say it's a van, but again, it's not a van because you don't see guys in Nyamakima or T-Room, those cereal merchants, use an Ipsum to transport bags and bags of, I don't know, beans. But they actually do, but they shouldn't. So it's not a van. Again, you want to say it's an SUV, a sports utility vehicle, because it's so high above the ground in terms of the body, not the chassis, because for an SUV, the chassis has to be raised, the suspension has to be raised in order to cope with uneven road structures and off-roading and have excellent off-roading capabilities, but it's not. So again, it doesn't quite fit the traditional body styles of vehicles that were there when it was being manufactured. Hence, the name People Carrier. So, yeah, that's it.
Can't understand it yet? Here is a better explanation.
You see, in the olden days, not quite olden, mid-90s, we basically had very few types of cars in terms of the body size and body appearance. We had the saloon, we had the hatchback, pickup truck, and basically from there, your vans and lorries and everything. But somehow, world over, engineers who worked in motor vehicle manufacturing companies decided to create some huge car that was not a van, that was not a small car, that was not an SUV. And this is the result. So this, is it a lorry? No. Is it a small van? No, it's not. Is it a big car? Probably. But they called it, it has been baptized the People Carrier world over. And yeah, the People Carrier. So today we'll be featuring this car and finding out whether you should or should not buy one for yourself and your family.
So, on to some good things about this car. And of course, we start with the engine.
So this car comes with a straight 4 engine, 2.4 liter petrol engine, an engine that has been known to be very good, and actually it's one of the best engines Toyota has ever manufactured because it has been used in many vehicles, many models of vehicles from Toyota. Vehicles such as the Harrier, some versions of the Alphard, the Camry, and many other vehicles that maybe I can't be able to list right now. So this engine produces around 160 horsepower, and that might sound weak or not amazing, but 160 horsepower is actually 10 less than a turbocharged diesel Prado produces.
The size of the car comes with another advantage.
So if you're interested in buying a car like this, you probably don't like European cars or some exotic vehicles, so you don't want a Land Rover Discovery. That's a 7-seater. You'd be justified because this car comes with seating for 7, probably 5 adults, 2 kids, or even 3 kids at the back. That's 3 rows of seating. That's huge and ample space, and comfortable too, for that, cozy and comfortable journey to where you're going. It comes with not ample, you can say a quite decent amount of boot space, even after you've raised the 3rd row of seating, that you can, put your bags, your camping gear, anything that you want to carry around with you while you're driving, and you've, activated you're utilizing the 3 rows of seating. Furthermore, when you fold down the 3rd row of seating, you get even more space that you can probably use to carry, a washing machine, I don't know. What do you like carrying to go to your village? Anything, bags and bags, a cow, a fridge, I don't know. So in terms of space and comfortability, this car is a thumbs up.
The interior comes with very neutral colors in black and grey, with the seats covered with a surprisingly good and sturdy material that will last through your ownership of this vehicle. You couple that with a dashboard that ages well and simple controls, and you get a very friendly interior. There are a few downsides with the car as well.
So the biggest issue you have with this car is that this particular car comes with front-wheel drive. And I mean, front-wheel drive is fine in small vehicles, in small saloons, in small hatchbacks. But in a car like this, that almost weighs 2 tons. I mean, I don't think it was quite necessary for Toyota to install front-wheel drive in a car that almost weighs 2 tons. I mean, front-wheel drive is fine when it comes in, I don't know, wheelbarrows, but in the Ipsum, no. It's a huge disadvantage to this car.
Second is that with the huge doors and huge windows and an arched shape, the Ipsum is not the best looking car in the world, but if you buy a black one, you'll have partially solved the problem because it will not be so conspicuous as you drive along. Thirdly is that the most fragile thing with the car is the front bumper. Ipsum owners will tell you that the amount of time they spend in the garage, fastening and repositioning the bumper and all the plasticky parts under the bumper is more than the number of times they spend servicing the actual mechanical bits of the car.
So in conclusion, what I'm trying to say is this car fulfills the purpose it was built for excellently. I mean, there are no major problems reported, there are no recalls or anything. And what I'm trying to say in short is that if you want to buy a Toyota Ipsum, buy a Toyota Isis. I mean, why would you buy an Ipsum when the Isis is the new model? So buy a Toyota Isis.